What's up, guys? Jordan here with ZZ Diesel. Got another product spotlight for you, talking about your 2017 to 2024 6.7 Powerstroke diesels. Fuel drain valve, particularly on your water separator. The factory drain valve right here, as you can see, this yellow piece is actually a piece of plastic from Ford that goes in there. The two barbs right here that kind of hold and lock it in place tend to break off because sometimes they get snagged up. They're really hard to get loose. So if you find yourself, trying to get this off and you actually break those, then you're kind of stuck in your driveway. You're pouring fuel all over the place. One thing that, these can crack on you over time, especially here in the north where you get hot and cold all the time. They can flake off, crack, break. The one thing that Ford had to is they put one drain hole in there. So when you crack this loose and drain all the fuel out, to change that fuel filter out. So what we did here at ZZ Diesel, our great machine shop, they actually manufactured this piece out of aluminum, 6061 billet aluminum. So we actually added another drain port right here, and this one's not obviously going to crack on you or anything. So it's a great product to have. So it's not leaving you stranded when you're trying to change those fuel filters out. You can find that on our website, zzdiesel.com. The part number is ZZ-0146. Here in a second, we'll get the truck up in the air and show you guys how to change this part out. So we're underneath the truck here, just between where the cab and the truck bed meet. So you got your fuel tank. So just in front of that is going to be where your water separator and filter is. So your drain valve is actually right here to the right. You also notice your sensor over here on this side. So if we were actually taking out this fuel filter, we need to disconnect that sensor and then drain out all your fuel from the drain valve. And then we would take off the bracket there to pull out the fuel filter. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to show you guys how to change this drain valve out. So the two tabs here, so you can grab it counterclockwise to loosen it up, turn it all the way, and then you're going to have to let all that fuel drain out. Got all the fuel drained out of it. I mean, it's still slowly dripping. We're going to go ahead and change this out. So we're just going to kind of pull it out. So you want to make sure that you're pulling down on it, but not with too much force that you break it off. But it does have that O-ring in there that holds it in place. And actually, this one just broke that tab off. So probably a good idea that we pulled that one out. Now we're just going to put this new one up in there. So you got that thread or the O-ring right there. So I'm just going to take some of this diesel that's dripping down here and kind of coat that O-ring seal. Give it some nice lubrication with fuel. So you're not putting it in all dry. I'm going to go ahead and lubricate both of those O-rings actually. I'm going to put that back up in there. Alright, so we got that up in there. We'll just turn it and lock it in place. Once you hear it click, it's locked in place. So once we have this up in here and it's all buttoned up and tight and good to go, and you verify that there's no leaks coming out, what you'll want to do is key the system on. So key on the truck without starting it so that you can allow this system to prime itself and fill this filter up with some fuel before you crank it over. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and key on the truck to prime the system and the fuel system. So you're going to turn your key to the run position without cranking the engine over. Let that cycle for about 10 seconds or so, and you're going to want to do this about 3 to 5 times to get that. You can actually kind of hear the system come on. So let that cycle through. So what you're going to want to do is listen for any air that's coming through the system back there. So you'll kind of hear it gurgling. Once you hear a change in that tone and you know that you have no more air in the system, you'll be primed and ready to start the truck. And then she should fire right up.